Bam. What's up with the squad? It's Cess, your favorite auntie with Uncle Tendencies. Welcome back to Cess Talk Sports. Shout out to all the loyal fam tuning in again. And if you're new, welcome. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell so you never miss a drop. And I need everyone, including the Rewatch gang, to make sure you like, comment, and share this video so I know you pulled up. Now, today we diving into something I honestly didn't expect to be a full segment. I didn't even want to talk about it. I tried to wait. I gave it time. I kept asking myself, Cess, you tripping? Maybe it's just too early in the season. Maybe the chemistry just needs to gel. But nah, fam. The numbers ain't lying. The vibe ain't lying. And the league sure as hell ain't ready to say it out loud. But I will. My Las Vegas Aces are in a full-blown identity crisis. And no, that's not hyperbole. That's facts. This team went from the standard to the search party in one season. I'm looking for them in the daytime with my flashlight. And the receipts been stacking. Do y'all remember how last season ended? That press conference after that semifinals loss to New York? Nah, not just a loss. After New York came in there and left their Timbs and do-rag on the floor and danced out our building. The Aces said, bet, we'll be back. We're going to look different. We not done. Revenge season activated. All that tough talk, all that smoke, all of that threatening us with a good time energy. So far, ain't none of it showed up. At least not consistently, not convincingly, and not collectively. The only one who showed up every damn night is A'ja Wilson, except for the games that she was out with a concussion. She's been elite. The rest of the squad, missing, misfiring, or misused. That system is stale. The bench, ghosted. The identity, gone. And we got to talk about it because we were promised revenge. But what we got was confusion. And A'ja can't carry that weight alone. Not again. She shouldn't have to. The Aces came into 2025 with expectations heavy on their back and banners flying over their heads. A'ja Wilson has put together another MVP caliber season, averaging 22.1 points. That's second in the league. 9.4 rebounds, also second in the league. 1.8 steals a game, third in the league. And 2.5 blocks per game to be first in the league. She's also shooting over 54% from the field and has already stacked up at least 6 double-doubles at the time of this recording. But outside of her, it's chaos in sequence. Vegas sitting at 8-9, locked in the middle of the pack at 8th place overall, not even averaging 80 points a game, down from 92.8 points that they averaged in the 2023 season. Their offensive rating, man, let's not even talk about that. That's down at 99.6, tied for 8th out of 13 teams. And defensively, they're giving up 102.9 points per 100 possessions, 8th in the league. That's a far cry from the dominant 2023 squad that set top 2 on both ends of the floor. Kelsey Plum's gone, traded in the 3-team deal that brought in Jewel Lloyd. And on paper, that should have been a splash. On court, man, it ain't made it drizzle. Jewel's putting up 10.8 points a game, but shooting under 39%. Add her into a backcourt already housing Jackie Young and Chelsea Gray, and the result is chaos, not chemistry. The spacing's off, the rhythm ain't right, and the identity is gone. Then there's the NaLyssa Smith trade. Vegas brought her in from Dallas looking for help, someone who could give A'ja Wilson some relief in the paint, stretch the floor, maybe bring some energy back to the front court. But so far, she ain't been in the building long enough to even really move the needle. Coming into an Aces jersey, she's averaging just 6.6 points, 5.1 rebounds, 0.7 assists, and 0.4 steals a game. That ain't what you trade for when you're trying to stabilize a collapsing identity. Now, to be fair, she's still getting adjusted. New city, new system, mid-season trade. But we got to be real. This ain't trending toward a fit. She looks uncomfortable out there. Not just adjusting, uncertain. Out of rhythm, out of sync. Like she's trying to figure it out possession by possession instead of just playing. And that hesitation is contagious. When your team is already shaky, the last thing you need is somebody on the floor second-guessing every move. But let's be real here. NaLyssa Smith is a duplication of what Vegas already had. Rebound. We had that. Physicality in the paint. We had that. What this team needed was a consistent offensive spark. Somebody who could stretch the floor, knock down a mid-range, give A'ja space to work, or punish a switch. And NaLyssa hadn't shown that consistently in Dallas. So what made them think it was going to show up when she landed in Vegas? Shoot, if we being honest, this move never really made sense. Not on paper, not in film, not in the floor of what this team actually needed. And now that she's here, that mismatch is playing out in real time. She's not the missing piece. She's a piece that don't fit the puzzle. There was hope when the trade went down. Hope that maybe Smith's physicality and upside could unlock something next to A'ja. But hope alone can't match mismanagement. And right now, this just ain't clicking. She's not a defensive anchor. She's not giving you reliable scoring. She's not sparking the bench. She's just rebounding, which you already had. Stokes doing. And honestly, Vegas needs more than that. They need production. They need presence. They need someone who don't just fill a spot, but changes the energy. Bottom line, NaLyssa Smith might still find her groove, but in the season where the Aces are already drowning in inconsistency, the early return says what they needed and what they got ain't lining up. If things do not turn around quickly in the end, she could end up the scapegoat. Now, Becky Hammond, now in year 4, facing the hardest stretch of her coaching career, gone are her trusted assistants, Natalie Nakase and Tyler Marsh, 2 behind-the-scenes engineers of the championship run. In their place, Ty Ellis, Larry Lewis, John Lucas III. Solid names, but the output ain't matching the resume. The energy on the sideline is different. The accountability feels looser, and the vibes, man, they straight up flat. But here's the thing, fam. It ain't like this came out of nowhere. The truth is, Vegas been ignoring the cracks in their foundation since 2024. That semifinals loss to New York, that wasn't just bad shooting. That was the system showing signs of erosion. The offense got stale. The bench got exposed. Asia was playing superhero ball while the rest of the team looked stuck. They needed to retool, restock, and rethink their approach, but they didn't. They doubled down on the system. They trusted the core, and now they're watching it collapse under its own weight. And A'ja Wilson, she's still out here doing everything. 22 points, 9 rebounds, 2.5 blocks, top 5 in the league in almost every damn category again. But the help, nowhere to be found. Chelsea's still working back into a rhythm. Jackie's inconsistent, Jules up and down, and the list is still adjusting. Ain't nobody stepping up to take pressure off A1. That ain't just unfair, it's unsustainable. Vegas had a whole offseason to fix this, to build around A'ja properly, to secure a real bench, to add structure behind the scoring. And instead, they patched it with vibes, big names, and hope. Hope? Hope ain't a system. Hope don't defend pick and rolls. Hope don't rebound. Hope don't hit threes when your MVP is getting double and triple team and running to the ground every night. Becky's been vocal in the media, calling out her team's lack of effort and chemistry. But here's the problem, fam. You can't coach effort if your system ain't producing belief. And that's where Vegas is right now. Confused, disconnected, and borderline disinterested. It's not just execution, it's spirit. Now let's talk about the bench. And this is where the collapse is the loudest. The Aces don't have one, period. They're 8th in the WNBA in bench scoring, averaging just 16.2 points per game. For comparison, Connecticut getting over 19 a night, and Phoenix over 25 from their reserves. That's the gap. That's the fall off. Aaliyah and I, the second-round pick out of Alabama, is still on the roster and actually giving them some shooting, hitting 55% from deep. But without real structure, without clear development, she's just floating in a system that ain't investing in her growth. Kirsten Bell, her minutes all over the place. No rhythm, no defined role. Joyner Holmes picked up for rebounding, but barely made an imprint. 2.4 points, 1.8 boards, 9 minutes a night, and now she waived. Meanwhile, Kia Stokes still starting, and I give it to her. She's steady on defense, but on offense, man, the opposing team daring her to shoot, and she's not shooting. It's like playing 4-on-5 most nights when she on the floor. Let's not forget the waves. Liz Kitley, gone. Tiffany Mitchell, gone. Crystal Bradford, out of there. They even swapped Bradford for Holmes quarter of the way into the season, and Becky said that was about size and a different look. But what's the look now? A broken bench, no versatility, and a superstar left hanging every single night. Back in 2022-2023, the Aces won with depth, discipline, and defined roles. Now, it's vibes and wishful thinking. They're predictable, flat, and uninspired. They've lost the edge, they've lost the hunger, they've lost the balance, and they're about to lose the season if they don't get real. Becky Hammond has to own this. She's the architect, the shot caller, the culture setter, and right now, the culture ain't right. She's not adjusting her system. She's not empowering her bench. She's not unlocking Nye or Bill. And most importantly, she's wasting A'ja Wilson's prime. Here's what needs to happen, and I'm saying it plain. Define real roles for your young players. Build structure into that bench. Reinstate the defensive identity that made this team terrifying. And stop acting like the same game plan from 2023 still works in 2025. It doesn't. Everybody got film. Everybody made moves. Y'all still standing still. Look, y'all already know what it is. I'm still 10 toes down. This is my squad. I don't jump ship when it gets ugly. I've been rocking with the Aces through the rise and the rings. So this ain't no bandwagon breakdown. This is tough love from somebody who actually gives a damn. But it's time. Everybody got to take a hard look in the mirror. Coaches, players, staff, front office, all y'all. If you wearing that jersey, cashing that check, or drawing up them plays, it's time to do your job. Not half of it, all of it. Consistently, urgently, with pride. Because despite all the mess, it ain't over. The league is still wide open. The playoffs ain't locked. The door ain't closed. Vegas can still get in the mix, make a run, and remind the world who the hell they are. But that switch got to flip right now. Ain't no more waiting. Ain't no more hoping. Ain't no more we gonna be back. The time to be back is right now. This ain't the end for the Aces, but it's the edge of something. They can either rebuild their identity now or watch the dynasty they built turn to dust in real time. So yeah, I'm still ride or die. And either way, we watching, supporting, and taking notes. All right, fam. Make sure you drop a comment with your thoughts on the Las Vegas Aces identity crisis. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and share this video with someone who loves the Aces and ain't afraid of the real. Catch y'all next time on Cess Talk Sports, where we always bringing you the latest on the rising stars and legends in the making. Keep hooping. Stay tuned. Talk soon. I'm out.